Go get them.
Thank you. Dr. Larry Bauman.
Very frequently, I've heard the same question in my office almost on a daily basis, as many of you have asked of this panel, and that is, what leads a patient to want to get involved or to learn about NECAN? And you know, the problem is, medicine is not an exact science, but it's pretty darn good. It's the best we've got in the United States or Canada or anywhere in the current world. However, it doesn't work for everybody. But on the other hand, there's frequently patients who you've gone through every possible modality of diagnostic procedures, surgical procedures, treatment, medication, and they're still not getting the result or the benefit that they want and that you want for your patient. And so frequently patients say, but doctor, isn't there something else that I can do? Isn't there another approach? Is there someone else that I can talk to? Well, I think that it's very clear that the alternatives of medicine, or alternate medicine as we call it, works for a lot of people. So if a patient asks that question, I don't approach them with it, but if they ask for some help, one of the things that I can say to them, well, yes, there is an alternative if you're willing to try it. And I tell them that I am a distributor, and if they want to try it, I'd be only delighted to give them the opportunity. And this I find to be very well received by the patients. So there is the great concern out there amongst people like you and I of what can they do to get better and feel better, and I think this product certainly has the opportunity to offer them some additional help. Second question that has been raised is, how do I go and approach a doctor who's working round the clock and who seems to only have his interests of his patients in mind? Well, my wife asked me that question when I talked to her about NECAN. She said, you know, you're working 18 hours a day, sometimes 20, sometimes I don't even see you for 2 or 3 days. She says, when are you going to have the time to do this? It's the same question that people ask me, is how can I approach a doctor like you might want to do and ask them to do this type of thing? Well, I had a little plaque given to me the other day. It said that grandchildren are God's reward for not killing your children. I've experienced that twice now. I have 2 grandchildren, and I had another interesting experience. I was put up as the sole babysitter for both of them at one time, a few times, and I came back home and I said to my wife, you know, I'd rather operate for 18 hours. I'm exhausted. And she said to me, now you can understand why I always wanted to kill you when you came home from the hospital, and said, what'd you do all day? You only had the 3 kids. So I have learned that there's more to life than being in the operating room, and I'm getting a second chance, and I want that opportunity to do more and more of it. And I think that if you find a physician who's working as hard as I am, as dedicated as I am, as available as I am, they're also as tired as I am. And I think that this is an opportunity where you can help more people impact their lives further and longer, and then be able to share some of this happiness and joy with your own family and yourself.
Dr. Jerry Friedman.
First of all, how do you recruit a doctor? The way you recruit a doctor is you go out and recruit all his patients, right? Because that's how we're going to change the world. The lay people are going to drive doctors to look at this critically. On the other hand, doctors have the same problems. If I look in the audience, we have 3, 4 of my best friends here that all, what do they want? They want more time for their family. They want to find you got to find their why and find out why they want to do this and show them what this can do for you. Just like Al and Reed tell you, it's about the why. And I can tell you that all of us are striving. We want the same things. Find a way to show them what this can do for them, and then hopefully get them on board, because this is a wonderful thing. Second, as a layperson, what question am I asked? Most people say to me, I'm healthy. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need these products. Well, they're very, very, very wrong. I start our wellness preview with a picture of a 53-year-old man that said he was perfectly healthy, no medical history, and he's ruptured his aorta and never made it to the hospital. 20-year-olds in Vietnam, we looked at their vessels and found they already had changes in their vessels from all the stress and the wrong diet. There's never too soon to start. We're half healthy. We need to get on the bandwagon. And I want to thank you.
Dr. Wayne Anderson.
Good job, Wayne. Wouldn't you love to have him in your downline? He's in mine.
Sorry.
Okay. Oftentimes I'm asked by health professionals, and I didn't mean to leave out other health professionals when I asked you to stand up. There's lots of nurses and physical therapists out here. Lots of you. You know, it takes a lot to put your credentials on the line when you're embracing an alternative type product. The question comes up, is there a concern about ethics and for a physician in recommending these products to people? And the answer is really no. We recommend all kinds of things to people. As long as they're not captive to a prescription pad, there is no violation of any federal law. The other question that comes up often is, you know, I'm asked, doctor, do these products help such and such a pain, a problem, a disease? These products affect our health and strengthen our health so that our own body can do battle with whatever problem it has. So, thank you.
To Rob Ward.
Actually, I do not use the products in my practice because NECAN's policy is these are non-medical devices. You will not diagnose or treat. I see people I think can really benefit from the products. What I do is I tell them about something that I do that's not in medicine and I'm not diagnosing or treating, and I do this primarily because of medical legal problems. And that's how I share the products with people, and I give them a card and say, you can call us and we'll be glad to loan you the products and see what it does for you. But when people ask me that, they want to know, well, how do you approach physicians? And I approach them the same way as anyone else. I tell them this is a business opportunity. It's not something that's going to make them financially secure by using it in their practice. It's okay to use it that way if they desire to do so, but really they should look at it as a separate business to make an alternative source of income. And that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I talk to physician prospects. Thank you.
Dr. Bob Schreckengow.